Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock, the lesson is about to get started. In case you're new with us, there's a few things I'd like to show you to help you throughout the lesson. So this lesson is about reharmonization. That means we're going to take an existing song and we're going to find new chords to play over the same melody. Now, that means that you're probably going to need to already know about chords and keys and probably intervals, and probably have already several songs that you can play well enough that they actually sound like the song. But even if you can't do that, you might pick up some interesting theory bits along the way. So feel free to join us. The goal, though, is not this song. It's not about the song that we're working on. It's really about taking the concepts you like, the reharmonizations, the substitutions that you like from this lesson, and then applying them to other songs that you already know how to play. These lessons are always guided and shaped by your questions, and if you're live with us today, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is in the public live chat, and the other is the Ask Jamin a Question button, where you can ask me a question privately, and I won't share your identity in case you're afraid that your question is stupid. But it's not. If you're in the archives, though, then just open up the survey. At the end of that, there's a place where you can ask your question. I will say I frequently get questions from students in the archives watching a lesson from 6 months ago, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So please try to be as specific as possible. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The PDF will often have additional video links inside, so you can get more in-depth instruction on each of the topics. And if you're the kind of person who likes to print out the PDF so you can make the same notes on your physical version as I'm making during the lesson, now would be the time to do that. The MP3 is just a play-along track so you can practice more after the lesson. In traditional lessons, a teacher is going to actually present some new concept for maybe 5 or 10 minutes every couple weeks. The rest of the time is going to be spent applying and refining those concepts. Well, here I'm spouting off hours of new information every week, so it's totally unreasonable to expect you to actually absorb all of that. Instead, the goal of these live lessons is for you to find some little nugget of something that makes sense, but is a bit of a challenge, and for you to go practice it, because practice is where all the improvement's going to happen. So don't feel bad if you have to leave the live lesson when you find that little thing that you're going to practice. And of course, if I'm going too fast, you can always rewind the live lessons or replay in the archives as much as you want. If these live lessons start feeling random or meandering, it's because they are, on purpose. So if you're the kind of person who wants classical training with a step-by-step method, then you're going to want to check out Kloppel Academy on the website. It's included in your live lesson subscription, so you can do both or either. And the upper levels are seriously hard work, but it's going to take you all the way from ground zero all the way up to being ready to enter any major music college as a piano major in classical or jazz. And thankfully, I think that's about all we need to cover before the lesson. So if you'd stick around afterwards and fill out the survey, I would love your feedback. But for now, let's have some fun and make some music. Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is our everything sound person, chat moderator, camera operator, the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? I am going back to school on Thursday. Okay, not going back, but like I have online classes on Thursday. Oh, it's
what
okay.
What year is this?
I'm a senior in high school. I know, I'm an old lady.
Wow. Okay.
I know, it's crazy.
Do you think you're going to get to walk? Like,
I
graduate?
hope so.
Okay.
I mean, if not, that's okay because I'm, not one for social group settings anyway.
I'm sorry. Hang on.
No,
we'll get to the piano eventually. Priorities here.
What?
You're not a social whatever?
No, I'm very introverted.
Okay.
This is very different because I feel like I know everyone.
But
you're all close. Oh, I just touched the mic.
So people who feel like they just really know the whole world, we call those people extroverts.
No, but this is very different. You put me in a classroom and I will not talk to anybody that I don't know unless I'm approached. Then I'm like, I'm nice, but I don't, go out of my way. I'm just, I'm
starting to believe that everybody thinks that they're really an introvert.
No, I am. I took a personality quiz and it said I was an 80-something% introvert. And that's very true. I promise. Okay. I'm an extroverted introvert. That's not a thing.
That's
I
what
would make it
extroverts
a
call
thing.
themselves.
I'm not an
Okay.
extrovert. I promise. It's
Okay.
crazy.
All right. If you say so. Anyway, we're supposed to be doing this song. Don't worry, be happy that we already did the chords for last week, and then this week we're gonna find some new chords for this stuff. So let's see how this thing goes. This is what we're gonna start with here. Is we're calling this like the beginner version of the lesson, but this is like the advanced section from last time. So picking up from last time, if you can already play these chords, then you're ready to mess with the chords a little bit. Unless you like the chords the way they are, then just leave them alone and skip this lesson. But this is kind of what we ended with last time, is if you were singing and playing the chords along, it sounds something like this.
Do, 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 do. Ooh, ooh. Here's a little song I wrote. Might wanna sing it. No for no, don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy, don't worry, be happy now.
Hopefully that makes some sense right there, and then we're about to mess with this stuff. And I would recommend going to learnpianolive.com/reharm, because you've got all these free resources there. And oh, you can't see the top of that. Anyway, it's learnpianolive.com/reharm. And so the first thing we want to do is add 7s and 9s and 6s to the chords, and then we're eventually going to play the 5 of any chord before it to help us gives us some tools for reharmonization. So the very first thing is we're going to take all there's only really 3 chords in the whole song. It's going to go from a B to a C sharp minor to an E. So the B we're going to call a B major 7, which means we're going to play, and if Kendra, if you would zoom out for us, that'd be cool. We're going to call this a B major 7. So we're going to play B, D sharp and F sharp, just as we had before, and then we're going to add in this note right here that is the, like, we went from the root, we skipped a note in the B major scale, and then we're going to skip one more note and come up with this one right here. So this is, all these notes are inside of the key of B. The key of B is something we talked about last week. Then the next we're going to play the C minor 7, and then we're going to play the E major 7. So that just means that, again, we're just skipping every other note, staying inside of the key of B. So we'd get that chord for the B, we'd get this chord for the C sharp minor, that we call it C sharp minor 7, and this one right here would be the E major 7, and then if we wanted to, over here, like we talked about, we're going to change the root to an F sharp, but we could keep this an E major 7, and then those chords are just going to repeat over and over. That B, of course, at the end is the same B that we had before, the B major 7. So if we just did that much right there, just added in 7s, it would sound something like this.
Do, 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 do. Ooh, ooh. Here's a little song I wrote. Might wanna sing it. No for no, don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy, don't worry, be happy now.
So that's just adding in 7s. Now, in addition, we can also add in 9s if we want to. That's just going to be like the next skip after that. So it's staying inside of the key of B. If we go B and then skip a note, we come up with the B major chord like we talked about last week. We skip another note, we come up with the 7. We skip another note, we come up with a 9. So all of these notes right here would be the B major 9. And then same thing with the C minor. Every other note gives us the chord. Skip another couple notes in the key of B, and we come up with the B right there, that's the 7, and then one more and we come up with a 9. You can either like go back to last week's lesson and figure out what the key of B is and all that stuff, or you can just like play the notes that I'm playing. I'm playing all C sharps, E's, G sharps, B's, and D sharps for the C sharp minor 7. Now, I may change this into like a different inversion, so I might like take a couple of these notes here and like put them up here. So these are the exact same letters, just in a more convenient order. Like, that's easier to grasp than trying to stretch for all of those notes there. So anyway, I might put them in a more convenient order, but in general, it's going to be the same exact letters. So then all of that, if I add in, well, that's the E major 9 right there. So if I add in all of those notes, then it would sound something like this.
Here's a little song I wrote, might want to sing it, note for note, don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double, don't worry, be happy, don't worry, be happy now.
So that's just adding in 7s and 9s, then of course.
Hey Jamin,
Yeah.
it's time for our feature of the day, which today is the voicing of the day.
The voicing of the day, and this actually comes with the 7s and the 9s. I'm talking about the A and B voicings for these things. Probably the most convenient ways to throw in 7s and 9s if you're not already familiar with this. I am going to switch chords just to make this a little bit easier in case we're a little bit lost in the 7s and the 9s right now. So this would be like every other note starting on C. So this would be a C major chord, and then if we added in another skip away, this would be the 7, and then this would be the 9. So this would be a C major 9. So all we're going to do is we're going to take that root here of the chord. We're going to take that out of the chord because we're going to play that with our left hand. So now we're only responsible for 4 notes up here. So this thing right here, where I play the 3, the 5, the 7, and the 9, I'd call this an A voicing. So that's just like 3, 5, 7, 9 straight up. So what I would do if I were you is, like, if you're not familiar with these voicings and you haven't played very many 7s or 9s, just take a song like this and then just play only 3, 5, 7, 9 of one of the chords. So like take that B back to our song here, the B major 9. I just play that and then play that, then play that, and then play that. So you just get used to like playing the 3, 5, 7, 9 of each of the chords. And then the only other one that you would really care to memorize for right now would be the B voicing. So back to the C chord, just as an example. We just played the 3, 5, 7, and 9 with the 1 down here. So then the other thing you could do is take these bottom 2 notes, the 3 and the 5, and put them on top like this. Take those and put them up here. So now the order of the notes is 7, 9, 3, 5. And this is another one that'd be really, really good to know, just because it's a pretty good sounding voicing of the chord. So the 3, 5, 7, 9 and the 7, 9, 3, 5. I'd call those the A and the B voicings. So all B voicings through the song would sound like this: 7, 9, 3, 5 on the B major 7, 7, 9, 3, 5 on the C sharp minor 7, 7, 9, 3, 5 on the E major 7, and then 7, 9, 3, 5 on the B. So as you watch me comp through a lot of this stuff, like play the chords behind Kendra's singing, then you'll see a lot of A and B voicings show up, because that's just like a thing that you practice a whole lot. So try all A voicings, try all B voicings, and eventually try switching them up. But that would be the voicing of the day. So let's get back to our song after this short break. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.